Hey, Rebels. Okay, so I am hearing She Keeps on Passing Me By. There's a song, I forget who it's by, but it's She Keeps on Passing Me By. But then I'm hearing, mm, talk to me, tell me where you were late last night. So somebody wants you to expose your business to them and just tell them what you've been up to. I'm not sure why, but obviously the spirit is starting us off by saying that it's a happy occasion. You know, we get to be in a bit of bliss, but we also get to be a little nosy. Why, Spirit? Is someone okay? Because they are trapped in something. Let's get a whoever this person is. They think that they're your twin flame. They're not. They're not. Can we get one more right here? Just a little. No, they're not your twin flame. And oh, she keeps on passing me by. So just thinking on it, right? She keeps on passing me by. And if this person, well, not no ifs, thank you, Spirit. This person indeed feels that they are your twin flame. So they feel like you guys are supposed to be running, side by side, whatever is going on in life, whatever they're going through, they feel that you're supposed to be going through. And Spirit says, stop right there. So they're going through some stuff. They are really going through some stuff. But the energy that they're feeling from you, even with them not even being enlightened with what your matters and conditionings are, Spirit is saying this person does not care to look at the details, the information, nor the obstacles that you have been through. They have not cared to get to know you or anything about you. They're just looking at your external world and the fact that you seem to be dealing with things very peacefully. In the aura arenas of what would drive them crazy and make them mad. Spirit, can we get the rest of these cards on the table? Okay, gift. What's the gift? What's the gift? The fact that you don't need to be around this person, that they're hearing word of mouth. And for some of you, they ain't hearing anything at all. They have this expectation that if something indeed was going wrong in your life, that you would expose it to somebody, and somebody who is a mutual between the two of you would expose it to them just carelessly to hold conversation. Baby, listen. Okay. All right. Talk to me. Tell me. Ooh, what is this? What is this? What is this? Oh, okay. So we got to soulmate, commitment, and ice queen. Okay. So they also feel that you're rather cold-hearted. They want you to come. They want you. Oh, Spirit said, no, that's not it. So whoever this is a bitch. Spirit said, just say it. Whoever this is a bitch. And not necessarily mean a bitch like a female, but just that energy of come to me. They want you to come to them. They want you to be the one to engage in conversation that would commit you to them. Can we get this bottom card? Oh, okay. Karma. So whatever it is, and we have yet to figure out what this person is actually going through. Spirit said that will be revealed with other cards. But whatever this person is going through, they want you to be attached to them. So therefore, their karma is your karma. And they feel that it's very concerningly unfair that their karma has not been exposed to be your karma, because they believe that you two are supposed to be mirroring each other and balancing each other out with your drama, your dilemmas, and I heard Aflac, you need insurance. Shit. Okay. Oh, wait. All right. You know what? Enamor. We want to get this one right here with Enamor. Spirit said there's no point in focusing. Oh, enamor with the earth angel. Now, Spirit, can you be kind with us but rather blunt? All right. Kind with us but rather blunt. We got 2 with the bliss card. High honor and thoughts. Okay. Can you be really blunt with us, Spirit, with the top card and the bottom card? What is surrounding this energy? What is surrounding this energy? Okay, divine masculine, divine and flying monkeys. And bottom of the ancestors. Look at that. I just felt it because, you know, there was so much playfulness about it, but it was very direct, wasn't it? Just like, okay, well, let's just go through. There's really no storyline. There's really nothing to be told. But Spirit said there's plenty to be exposed. So they said, let's go ahead and get into it. We're about to expose. Spirit wants you to go ahead and go on about your business. So they just want you to just get this brief dialogue of an advertising message. You are being advertised. Your high honor, the state of mind that you are in, it's like people can't afford it even if they figured out how to bottle it up. Even if they figured out how to put it in a bottle. Baby, conflicts. And pain. You're causing conflict and pain to people because they don't know how you do it. They don't know how it is that even when it seems that the world is crawling around you, and crumbling around you, crawling and crumbling around you. So these people are I'm feeling grievances. You still keep on moving. You keep on pushing. The shit that would drive other people crazy, that they would want to, honey, that they would want to have someone shoulder to cry on, that they would want to have that friend to pick up the phone and, girl, let me tell you what happened. And, you know, my father said that. He said, I was like, yeah, so this is what's going on. He was like, nah, if you going to tell me something, you want me to keep it to myself, I need you to say, girl. And I felt really weird. I'm like, what? I've never heard this man talk to me like this a day in his life. But he would not let me continue on with what I was trying to say until I said, girl, let me tell you. And he was like, okay, tell me. So they really want to be in that energy about your business. And it is driving them crazy. They know that you got stuff going on that would drive them crazy, right? They know that they know your business, but you're not telling your business. But the fact that you're not telling them the fact that you're not telling them your business or even putting your business out there with your emotional concern has them kind of feeling like they're in an delusion of confusion of, wait, did I hear wrong? Is the word that I heard on the street or heard from whomever, were they right? Because the rebel don't look like they going through what I heard they're going through. So you really have people out here fucking confused. Confession. Let's get another one with confession. What about it? Okay, whomever this person is, they want your strength. They want to match that energy. They want that energy for themselves. I don't know if necessarily they're trying to take it from you, but they definitely want that energy for themselves. They want to win. They have so much going on. Spirit said they got a lot happening. And they are so, I heard, is it discombobulated? It's not funny. It's very uncomfortable. Notice my giggle. It's very uncomfortable. But they want to be able to adapt your direction as their new direction. But Spirit said not necessarily a new direction. They want to adapt your direction as if it was something that they always had, so they can then have others in that mindset, that mind state of, well, I heard that they was going through this, but they don't look like it. Plain and simple, you don't look like what you're going through. You hear so often that you don't look like what you've been through. So you've heard that and you eventually adapted that for yourself, right? And okay, well, if I could not look like what I've been through, how about I not look like what I'm going through, baby? Where we going? Oh, shoot. Okay, Spirit, where do we want to put the double commitment? A little clarity on this commitment because intimacy. A little more open-hearted. They want to be open-hearted with you, but Spirit is saying take this in time. So they want to, I was being drawn by the string. And Spirit is saying that's exactly what they want to have you as. They want to have your ass drawn by the spring. By the spring. Okay, they say spring is a dual message. So not only do they want to have you drawn by a string, meaning stringing you along, Spirit said, even unbeknownst to them, because they're going to come in with this energy of that they're telling the truth, that they're being honest, but due to their behaviors and them not doing the self work to realize why they are the problem and the common denominator in their situations, they don't realize, nor do they pay attention, nor do they bring highlight. There it is, highlight when they tend to transition on people, going from the good person to, nah, I've always been the devil in disguise. But Spirit said with that spring message, right? So it's about the season of spring. But it's also about the springs, like bungees and everything. They want to bounce back in. Why does Spirit have me doing this? He said, clock that. Ooh, they want to bounce back in. They want to come in and out as they want to. So they want to give you a commitment, but they really want the commitment to be had on your end. And they want to see you turn bitter and take on the weight of their energy. So they want you to commit to them, but they don't want to commit to you. They want to be able to come in and out. When it's like that whole, I don't know what type of cultural environment situation you grew up in, but I know my grandmother, the elders in my life, they used to say, if you take your ass outside and stay out there, because you come back in, you're in the house. This person not trying to be in the house. They want to go. They want to let out all your air conditioner, honey. Your air conditioner, honey. They want to let it all out. So, okay, honey. If this soulmate apology, so you got soulmate on here twice. You got commitment twice. One more. Spirit said, keep on pulling and return. Yep. Return. And they said the bottom one got about memories. So what this person is ultimately going to attempt to do is look back and reflect on the memories that they've had with you. Think to the things that you've said to them that they thought that you were lying about, because they thought that you was blowing hot air up their ass. They believed that you couldn't possibly be serious when you were speaking so intimately towards them, because Spirit said they didn't feel that they were worthy of it. So they thought that you was playing them to be a fucking fool. The ancestor said, let's move them. Okay. Okay, there go your ancestor message. Actual money and what, ancestors? Love offer. Okay, so throughout all this, that this person, they gonna hear about your actual money and they gonna hear about your love offer. So that's gonna be something true. But it's like one of those two truths and a lies. Well, y'all told me all this about the rebel. And none of that seemed to be true, because I didn't see them stressing. I didn't see them crying. I didn't hear about them breaking shit. I didn't hear about them getting locked up. I didn't hear about them turning their whole world upside down. I didn't hear about the rebel begging or asking anybody for anything. That's because the rebel got loyal people on their team now. Okay, the rebel don't have people on their team. The rebel does not expose themselves to anybody without knowing who they told it to, why they told it to them, and the loyalty of the person to whom they let those things run across their ears and they knowing, baby. But no, so this person is definitely going to go back down memory lane within their own head about all the things that they did not believe about you when you said it, when you expressed it, and Spirit said also when you showed it. So your energy was matching your words and your actions, even though while dealing with this person, whomever this person is for you, even while dealing with this person, you were kind of blindsided and then blessed. And the fact that you were, there it is, the fact that you were blindsided and in bliss. You know how they say ignorance is bliss, because you don't realize that you are in so much pain and so much turmoil that you're gonna have to later on face when you realize, like, oh, okay, so why I thought we were in this together, why I believed that, we were really enjoying each other. You were fucking me in the face. You were stabbing me in my back. Confirmation. I don't know if you heard it, but baby, I heard it, and it was, sound like it's a train coming out of a cage. I meant to say cave. No, Spirit said it was a cage. The metal bars was rattling. So you got yourself out of this imprisonment and you traveled right along out of the way. So you were in bliss with this person, not realizing how they was hurting you. But now this person is going to be looking at the memories and the things that they did not believe you when you said it, when you showed it, and how you were being authentic. They were supposed to teach you a lesson. They taught you a lesson that you was unaware that you were supposed to be learning. But they were supposed to teach you a lesson of loyalty within your vulnerability. So now they're going back and they're looking at all the times that you express vulnerability. And they're going to come back and try to display that loyalty. Spirit said they too fucking late. They too late. Ain't that something? Confusion with healing. Second chance. Right here. Right here. And release. Yeah. This person is going to have to, they are obviously confused. First off, back to the Spirit said, back to the string. How is it that you're pulling the string? They didn't volunteer themselves for this, but Spirit said they are volunteering themselves for this, because why the hell are they so complacent, for one? Why, and for two, why the hell is it that they are forcefully dwelling themselves about you, when they could take the action and get an immediate reaction? So some of y'all might react, but Spirit is suggesting that you respond. No is a complete sentence if that is indeed your response. But I don't know your situation and the overall details of what this shit was for you and why this person was no longer in your no longer allowed close access to you. But yeah, that may be a reaction either from your end, and Spirit said more than likely from theirs. So Spirit, your ancestors, I mean, what I say, they're having fun. They're having fun, okay? Because, like I said in other messages, they know what it takes to move you along. They know what it takes to put that fire under your ass for you to say, you know what, it's too hot over here and in the wrong way. Okay, no Goldilocks and the Three Bears here. You don't need to test out anything. You know exactly what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want. So there's no confusion for you. But with this person, they are in a mental dilemma of should they just let you go, let the thoughts of you go, which they're having a hard time doing, or should they come back towards you for a second chance? Oh, another one and another one and another one. All right, so what we got? Spying. I told you some masculines ain't so divine. Spying in depth. So, in depth. Social networking, information, and ways. So they deep dive, and I feel like black market energy, like black, what is it? The dark web, black market type of energy. There was no mistake in saying that. But black market type of energy. So this person is definitely doing a deep dive, trying to see what has been going on with you up to this point. Like, what is it that they can come in and relate to you with? And if they were indeed a true twin flame of yours, they wouldn't need to do research like that. They would trust you when you say you are who you are, even within, your flaws or your flawed ways. Baby, there we go. Past life. All right. Come back over the distance. Trapped. One more. And nourish. Spirit said that it's very nourishing for you that this person is wherever the fuck they at any corner of the earth that they are away from you. It is very nourishing, and it is very necessary, not just for you but for them. Your ancestors said this is meant to drive them crazy. It was supposed to drive them crazy. But Rebel, that you need to hold up your end. So if there's any need for a restraining order, honey, get that. If there's any need to, talk to one of those loyal people who you have on your side, on your team, and who keep sure, your stuff to themselves, make sure somebody knows what's going on. They don't need to know all the details, but just a little bit like, hey, just in case. Like, for instance, I've had this situation of my own that's been going on for about a year. I would say overall of noticing maybe the past 5 years was the beginning of someone else's triggering of me putting up that boundary of, hey, this is what needs to be done. If we are going to continue to interact with each other and I'm going to continue to help you, this is my boundary of what needs to be done as far as you. No skipping over it, and I would not do it for you. I say over the past year and a half, it's become a bit aggressive, and this is, in connections to a family member. And I say within the past 3-4 months, it's become more aggressive, and it's continuing to get aggressive. But overall, I'm doing my part. They need to do their part. What was even my point with this? Okay, so regardless of how close this person is to you, what I've done is I spoken to my oldest and I told her, like, hey, so XYZ is happening. No, not my oldest, but I did tell my oldest about it, family member. But I told my therapist. I called my therapist and just, my therapist is like, hey, what's going on? So I expressed to my therapist what was going on. And my therapist asked me, hey, so what is it that you need from me in regards to this situation? Or how is it that you would like to, work on this situation with each other? I was like, right now, there's nothing really that I need from you other than for you to know that this is a situation that is happening within my world. So if I do come to a therapy session and I'm, all over the place, or I'm emotional, or I'm frustrated, upset, whatever the emotion may be, or the mental conflict may be, I just want you to be caught up well enough that you know where it's coming from, versus me waiting until shit hit the fan and then coming to her for a 30-minute to 60-minute session trying to hurry up and tell her every little detail from the past fucking 4 or 5 years. So it was just like an update thing. And Spirit said, so whomever it is that you trust the most, and whomever it is that you know that they're just going to take it in, put it in a box somewhere and pull that Glock out, that thing out when need be, then, share it with them. So just in case, it's like how people say in the movies, if anything happens to me, I know somebody who's going to mail this to, the people who it needs to get to, and all your shit will be exposed. So nothing better happen to me. I forget what they called it. One moment. So with that, not going to do it. What I get also as well is Spirit said there are certain things that you have thought to yourself during the course of this reading, like, motherfucker better not, because if they do, then Spirit say knock on wood and cleanse out that energy. Okay, cleanse out that energy, because remember, this person, they are wanting a reaction out of you. So if you're even taking in these reads and you are emotionally responsive towards things that have yet to happen and expose themselves yet, you're giving that person exactly what you want. You're allowing that energy to then become projection, right? So Spirit just wants to give you a heads up on what the energy is currently. Now, do remember that energy changes. This read, it can be this. Next read, they can love you. The next read after that, they can say, oh my goodness, you're responsible if I hurt myself. The next read after that, they can, man, fuck you, I'm good. So do know the energy changes. This is just simply what their thoughts are, and the procrastination and the mechanisms. Spirit, what the hell is that? The procrastinations, and they said, say it again, the procrastinations and the mechanisms of their mind. Say anybody, if that resonates for anybody, can you please explain it to me? Because I gotta keep on moving, okay? I gotta keep on pushing. So be grateful that the Spirit, I love you so much. The card is in my hand, and I wanted to continue on by saying, be grateful to these flying monkeys and everything. Being at far distance from you is very nourishing. It's giving you time to invest better in yourself. It's just motherfuckers thinking about you and paying attention to you. And it would not surprise me if you don't even know who the hell this is, because you are not focused on anybody other than you and your business. Now, so what I said just before I said that, Spirit said this is simply their perspective. And at the bottom, your ancestors said cloudy judgment and the divine, baby shit, shut up. and divine masculine. This motherfucker, whoever this person is, they so full of themselves, they don't even know actually how to connect the dots and really configure what it is that they are thinking about themselves. Like in a combination of their external and their internal. Regardless of how it shows up, regardless of what's being said, regardless of what's being shown up, your ancestors said, regardless of the loaded shit that it is, this person cannot see themselves clearly, once again, with cloudy judgment. So let's go ahead and I'm thinking 3 cards, but we're going to do what the ancestors want us to do. Oh, baby. So we got the Star and the Knight of Swords. And at the top it says natural intelligence, intelligence of mediated, meditative influences. Let me see. Is there anything? Okay. So the numbers 406 may be significant to somebody. 96, 97, 21, 965, 976. All right. Okay. So this person definitely wants to extend an olive branch to you. And they're coming to you in the moment of their approaching you, are coming to you very vulnerable, but Spirit wants you to remember that shit is bound to change. They want you to continue to pay attention to your educating yourself on your natal chart, or if you have yet to get your natal chart done, you need to. There's plenty of free sites online for you to get that done. And if you have the time of your birth, that will help a lot more to give you a more specific alignment of the planets and the houses and everything for your specific life story. I'm really constantly being drawn back to these olives on this olive branch. Spirit said there's this ancestral connection that they have towards you, that this person who deems themselves to be a twin flame to you, who said, okay, fine, we're not a twin flame, fine, well, can we be soulmates? Can I be your one and only? So, shut up. I say, will you accept my apology? They said that this person is somebody from your past timelines, not meaning the timelines here from the time of your birth to now, but if you do believe in reincarnation, this is someone who played a different role in your life for whatever reason. I'm getting a uncle. Okay, however that resonates for you. So you had a Star and a Knight of Swords, and I will put those two there, see if anything. And the hook, baby, listen, if this ain't a bait and switch story, if this is not, it definitely is. So they want to match your energy. Spirit said this star is not you, this is their energy. The Star with the Knight of Swords, they're hoping that you would notice that they let loose their tightness. So even if this person was like a free range spirit where they like to do the loud and in the crowd type of things, this person wants to bait you in with the come on, give me shorter words, because that sounds so technical. Now I understand it, but will the rebel understand it? They wanted to bait you in with this behavior change of theirs, where they would seem to have willed in that dysfunctional, lustful behavior and want to portray themselves as someone who is willing to walk that perfectly fine line. So Spirit's saying, if this person seems too perfect, you'll know exactly who it is in that moment, because they done went from let's party, let's get drunk, let's do this, let's do that. I'm fucking a bitch here, I'm fucking a bitch, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm all about the money, to, you know what, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to show myself to be more disciplined. But Spirit is also telling me that they are going to weaponize your emotions and weaponize your knowledge and awareness of yourself and your spirituality to try to gauge if they're doing it well enough. So spirit confirmation, spirit said, so regardless of how this falls apart again, if you were to, indeed to be I said indeed, oh shit. Okay, I said indeed be entertained by entertaining this. You'll notice it. You'll notice how they're watching you, not in the sense of that they are amazed by you and that they care and that they're proud of you, but more so looking at you with that, that tight-eye squint of, okay, so you doing that, so that means I should do this. Okay, so what does that mean? They'll be looking at you in a like they're trying to hurry up, spirit, thank you, trying to hurry up and get in to get what they can get so they can spring their ass right back out. They're definitely gonna try to come to you with all their might, everything that they can possibly simmer up. But Spirit said this person is not in meditation; they're in marination. They're in the marinating on how to come towards you and come at you process. They sniffing you out like a bloodhound, honey. They try, but it's like it's something about their sinuses. It's something about that area in their face. It's like it's, yeah. This an old dog. You can't teach new tricks. Okay, so then you have, baby. Listen, let's just put it down. Hangman, Two of Wands, and Ten of Cups. I feel that it's self-explanatory. But let's go through it anyway. This motherfucker is a complete snake. They're a complete snake and not a snake in a good way. And if you see any numbers on here that stand out for you, I mean, bless your heart, do what you need to do with it, okay? But this person is a complete snake. And though they are the snake, they really want to be this hawk. And what was the other card I was really drawn to the hawk at? I'm not sure, but we're going to keep on going. They really want to be the hawk, and they really want themselves to be the prey. Okay. But with the snake being on the rope, honey, and I heard that thunder. This they don't realize how they fucking themselves up and the emotional state of mind that they are gonna be in not just the longer that they contemplate and reminisce over you, damn, but also the longer that they find them sitting, that they, Spirit said, once they come to terms of realizing how they have been in a dwelling space, worried about your business versus worrying about the moves that they should be making, not just in correcting themselves, but their forward stability. Shit, okay. Yeah. So they gotta perceive their own life differently and stop trying to measure. This is not a measuring contest. Though I'm sure that I'm still going through this dream that I had. Okay, thank you, God. I'm going to use it. So this dream that I had, it's going to get a little explicit. I had a dream last night. I don't remember so much about the dream, but I know I need to go into meditation because I do feel like, do acknowledge that there were numbers in this dream that I was supposed to pull out. But me being tripped up on I'm still disciplining myself on this new morning routine. And when I got up, first thing I did was I grabbed my phone, and that wasn't necessarily like me, but I grabbed my phone, and the first thing that the phone gave me was numbers within this message that I heard. But so it kind of had me in a space of what the hell was the numbers in my dream? But it was a distraction, right? But the dream that I had last night, I don't know how I got to this place, but I was in a bedroom on a bed with this guy. And in the bedroom were other beds, as if, like if you had cots lined up and there were other people sleeping. I felt like it was like a scene out of the movie Lost Boys, where the vampires were all sleeping, you know, around each other, but there was one specifically, playing with his food type thing. But yeah, so while me and this guy was on this bed, and I felt his energy, it was discomforting. At least it was supposed to be discomforting. But I was very aware within the dream, and I noticed how everybody else, I think it was like at least 7 beds with other people, sleep under their covers as if they didn't hear how loud he was being. And this guy was trying to cuddle up to me, and for whatever reason I had on this V cut shirt where I had cleavage, just boom, right? And he kept on trying to hold on to me tight, like almost like a snake just wrapping his body around me, like he was trying to hold on to me that tight. And at some point, he stole a kiss from me. And after he stole the kiss from me, that was when I really clicked in. And I told him to put his back up against the wall. And I said it in my most seductive voice. Told him to put his back up against the wall. And he was still sitting on the bed. And I told him, I was like, hey, so you want to see how that felt? Because right after he stole the kiss from me, it shocked me for a moment, but then he rested his head on my breast and said, "Ooh, boobies." So I told him to put his back against the wall. I was like, "Hey, let me help you understand how that just felt to me. You stealing a kiss from me and saying, 'Ooh, boobies.'" Now this is where it gets explicit. I then told him to pull out his thing. I told him to hold on to it. And then I told him, now I want you to try your damnness to make yourself suck it yourself. Doesn't that feel violating? And he looked at me as if he was very much so violated. He definitely was violated by me telling him to pull out his thing. And that I wanted him to do his damnness to suck it himself. And after that, I woke up. I actually woke up 10 minutes before my alarm was set to go off. So little did whoever that was that astro traveled to my dream, they were not prepared for me to respond that way. And I believe that I know exactly who that was who astro traveled to my dream. And spirit woke me up in a nick of time. Because there's no telling how much deeper, darker, or further that dream could have went. But this is in relatability to this overall message. And here with the 10 of Cups, this person really is reflecting on the heaven that they could have with you, not realizing that they are not being honest with themselves. This is simply a person who wants what it is that they can't have, not realizing that they don't even really want it. They don't really want you. And it's not even about really wanting your energy either. Because the shelf life of your energy in their possession, it'll be like it was never had in the first place. So Rebel, I'm about to get you out of here. Spirit said this was some crazy madness. So just know that your ancestors... Okay, fine. So with this 5 of Wands in my hand, and the fact that accountability, that I completely went straight over that 2 of Wands. Spirit is telling me this 2 of Wands, add with the 5. Okay, so in regards to their future planning, in regards of their growth and their potential, this person is in conflict overall. And they said that ship has sailed. Just overall. Wow. I feel like spirits didn't tell you anything that you didn't know already about yourself. Yep. Because the experience of you wasn't just an alien experience for them, But it is so the experience of you is so out of this world. This person cannot wrap their mind around it. No matter how big of a snake they are, they can't wrap themselves around it. They can't grasp. They can't. This you have an energy that it's like it would turn into literal dust in the possession of anyone else. That's what Spirit said. That's why they only got specks of memories with you. The memories that they have with you aren't intact because they're skipping over the experience that they gave to you. They're looking at their experience of you in that moment, not taking accountability. Shit, I just saw it. Thank you, Spirit. Not taking accountability of the experience that they had with you in that moment, how they experienced it. But they also dismissed of your experience. They also dismissed of the lessons that, if they looked at themselves, they could see the lessons that you should have learned by now and that you have learned by now if you were actually who it is that they are reflecting on, trying to get back to, because confirmation. You obviously are somebody with that she keeps on passing me by. You've passed them by so many times, and every time they come around, they see that you've grown more mentally and in other ways, that you keep on doing the work and that you won't slow down. Spirit brought me over here to look at this. They figured just because both y'all got wings, that this means that y'all are some way tied to each other. When they look at you, they see you, but when they have looked at you, they have saw themselves. So it is kind of a twin flame dynamic, but this is a false twin flame. A very much so false one, because the stuff, let's say if the tables was turned, if you looked at them and you saw yourself as them, you would know for a fact, nah, that ain't me. That ain't me. Somebody is fucking playing tricks on me, because this can't be it. And when you had that awakening point from whomever this person is, you definitely had that moment of, I was dealing with that. That's what I was trying to do. Trying to remember what is it that you saw in them. You actually remembering what it is that you saw in them, and you solemnly promised yourself Scout's honor, I'm not doing that again. I just realized for myself, I have been dealing with some very mentally slow people, and I'm not saying like they need prescriptions or anything, but they just chose to allow their mentals to work on lack. Just doing the smallest portion, just doing the little fragments of a little bit that they could to be able to have everything. Honey, we changing. So let's get you a message and get you out of here. It says, be clear about where you are putting your focus right now. Focus on your desired outcome. You have everything within you to create the life of your dreams. Stop doubting yourself for once. This is your time. You've got this. So, honey, you don't want to deal with this shit again. Put your focus towards the outcome. Not saying that the outcome is going to be specifically how you envision it to pan out, but at least you are giving the universe direction of where it is that you would love to see yourself heading, where you see yourself heading, what it is that you see yourself being removed from. Okay, so then you have 0220. Act on your ideas. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything in this place. You can reach new heights. You should act on your potentials when you see the pattern. Since what you plant, since what you plant will grow. You're about to experience a spectacular, ooh, okay. I gotta get this over here. And then it said golden coin. Oh my goodness, gold coin. It's taking me to the show The Rookie. And certain officers have I forget what it's called, like honor coins. This one girl had, this one woman, she had a coin from the governor. This guy, Tim, he had a coin from somebody else, right? And they did this competition, right? Where they took the coin, like for instance, if I was to take one of these pennies, took the coin on a clear table and they like pushed the coin across the table, and whoever coin got to the end, closest to the end of the table, even if it was going a little bit over, closest to the end of the table, that's the one who got to choose which assignment they wanted to be on. Spirit is saying that your challenge coin won, so you get to choose your assignment. This person is still going through reoccurring cycles. Spirit said they ain't got a challenge coin as big as yours. Okay, it says you are here to bring. Okay, we are here to bring you healing energy to help you overcome any barriers from the past that might be hindering your abilities to openly receive abundance and prosperity in the present. So, whatever it was about this person, this dramatic dialogue that you feel or have felt hindered your being able to move forward, Spirit said they got you. Just be open. Just be open to receiving. I was just talking to my daughter and I told her, because she has her own situation going on currently. And, due to contracts and leases and other things, someone who she is in co-signership with, they are making very risque moves that could make her, in a ways, an accomplice to that person's bullshit. And I told her, like, we were having a conversation about how Spirit and her God is showing her, and that she asked for these things to be revealed, and she realized how many times before these things had been revealed to her. And she was like, yeah, now you just smack me right across my face and say, see, now do you see it? Now do you see it? And I was like, yeah, same thing that I've been telling y'all. Your ancestors know what it's going to take to put that fire under your ass. And that's what's happening with her. And I told her, like, once she makes it out of, I told her to move in silence. Limit your vocabulary and your conversation, your communication. Don't present yourself to be emotional. Do not have combative interactions. Let that person continue to expose themselves. You just do what you need to do behind the scenes to remove yourself from the equation. Even if they feel like you should have talked to them about it first. No, take the proper steps, because obviously you already talked to this person before and they didn't listen and they did further bullshit. But the important part that I told her during this conversation is, after you remove yourself from this situation, and while you're removing yourself from this situation, do not allow this situation or that person to have you in an energy of being scared and not being able to trust others going forward. She said she needed that, and I hope that was a message that could be useful to you as well, honey, because baby, you got a 9 of Pentacles. So yeah, they big mad, they big confused. Let them be. You just continue to nurture yourself, nurture your garden, pay attention to yourself, continue to pour into yourself, continue to reap the rewards of yourself. I don't see nobody else in this picture, honey. It's all you. Rebels, I love you. I adore you. Go ahead and live your life. Make it do what it needs to do for you, babe. Go Rebels.